think I had to fiddle with my voice settings.
Well, I figured as soon as I got up, he would be here.
That's usually how it works.
Okay. Before we get started, I was thinking you guys met on the road and you just kind of joined up because all three of you are a little off typical to be encountered traveling.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit like that thing when you're in another country and you see somebody else who's obviously not from there. How you kind of go up to them and I say, "Oh hey, my name's Shriva. I am traveling for no good reason. I speak, common, and that's about it. What's your name?"
My name is Bumble. I know Kung Fu, and I'm lost.
My name's Khan. I've been wandering for a while ever since I got exiled from my home country for really stupid reasons.
Khan!
Yes. Can I help you?
It was a reflex. I don't know what
All right. Shriva, when you left, they told you to contact Leosin or Lanther. I just put it in chat. He is a monk of your order from a different monastery, and he too has been searching for the lost artifact, and you're instructed to meet him in a small village named Greenest. Greenest.
Hi guys. So I'm looking for another monk of my order. So I'm bound for a town named Greenest. Have I heard of anybody? Have you guys heard of this town? I'm still sort of casting around. I haven't quite figured out how to get there.
Nope, I'm totally new to the entire area. Actually, metagame, are we even on the Sword Coast right now? I don't know where we are.
Yeah, we'll say you guys are meeting up in Boulder's Gate just for
Okay.
ease. It's a destination most people are familiar with.
Nope, I'm totally new to Baldur's Gate and Sword Coast region in general. I've been on the road for about a year.
I'm fresh off the boat from Cholt, so I don't really have a lot of knowledge about where things are either. Just metagaming.
I might have been here before, but I'm not sure where here is. That's just a general statement.
That's not even D&D, guys. That's just general.
It's very profound philosophical statement, yeah.
So
no, my character's interested. So, Bumble, do you have memory problems?
No.
He says with an echo.
Echo
Terminus, your
Your microphone's leaking.
computer is echoing.
Is that better?
I think so. Yes.
So with a little bit of asking around, you guys are here. Oh, sorry. Gotta switch the...
Bumble does seem a little slow to you.
Pixelated.
Enhance.
Just keep saying enhance.
It takes a moment. Come on. There we go. So you guys are here. And Greenest is down, is southeast of there.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see that. Can you guys hear me?
Mine's-
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
mine's still pixelated, but I got the general gist of where on the
I
pixelated
think if we
mess
just
it
go
is.
directly through the wood of sharp teeth.
I know a shortcut through the woods.
I think we should travel by night to avoid being detected.
Wearing freshly skinned lamb pelts.
Yes.
How do you make your leather armor?
Let's see. I technically have a map of Faerun on my person, but I don't know if it's detailed enough to know about the Wood of Sharp Teeth. Probably not, come to think of it. All I know is that I came up the coast, so I think I probably know where Candlekeep and Birdgast are.
And as you guys are just kind of hanging out at Boulder's Gate, it's an interesting city. There's lots to do. You guys are all... None of you... Yeah, you're supposed to meet this monk, Sriva, but there's no real timetable on it. So you guys are just hanging out Boulder's Gate and chatting to a couple people, and most of them suggest heading east to get to Greenest, heading east to Scornable, and then go down, head south from there. And yeah, you have to go back west a little bit, but...
So I ask Striva, so what's your business with this fellow monk of yours?
I'm traveling north from my monastery. I think it's north. Anyway, and I'm just bringing some messages from my monastic brothers up here, and I was told to get in touch with this monk and to provide him aid in some task.
My guy's just naturally curious and is full of questions. Like, what's the nature of the order of your order? What does your order revere?
We're we don't really we're not so much of like a deity oriented order.
Oh, I approve. I approve.
So much as we are we are driven by a moral code, and sort of the idea that people shouldn't really fuck with. we're stabilizing. We seek to be a stabilizing force in the universe.
I suppose I can respect that.
As you guys hang around before you leave, you guys pick up a stray dog that just follows you everywhere. If you go in somewhere, it doesn't follow you into a building, but it will be sitting, waiting at the door when you come out.
I'm gonna go ahead and pet the dog. Shriva is not really used to being around animals or the idea of that he could pet an animal. And so he's just gonna run out and be like, "Oh, hey, dog." And he's just gonna really enjoy
I immediately rub
Like-
the dog's belly.
stroking its fur.
Oh, the dog very much enjoys the belly rub and its leg kicks, and
What kind of dog is it?
it is a basset hound.
Okay.
It looks like it's been on its own for a while.
Does it have any, identifying marks or identifying features?
No, not that. You guys can come up with, if you go ahead and, other than he's a basset hound and he attaches himself to you, or it could be a she. There's really no,
So we're at an inn, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I go up and ask if they have any scrap meat that I could buy for a few coppers. They're going to throw out.
Oh yeah, they're happy to get even a couple coppers or a copper for what they were about to throw in the garbage.
All right, I get some scrap meat and feed it to the hound.
His name's Limpet.
This is limpet.
This is Limpet the Hound.
I know you mean eyes, but I'm thinking of a mine.
And how do you spell limpet?
Limpet. Limpet.
I'm calling him Limpy.
Limpet good.
Our little Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit.
So, after a day or two of just enjoying the sights and wares of Boulder's Gate, I assume you will all start traveling again.
Yeah, I'm effectively wandering aimlessly. I ask what your business is in Greenest, Shriva.
Well,
Beyond contacting your order.
my life's path is pretty straightforward. I seek merely to contact this other member of my order.
Okay. I actually I started acting like a little child and asking why in response to every answer you give me. Why are you contacting this member of your order?
So I'm going to explain to you sort of the nature of existence and how life is, truly almost like an open ocean on which we are just sailors. We're just travelers going through, and so really, do we really do anything? Is it we have actions, or are we merely, sort of floating on the surface of this thing that it is to exist. And I just go on.
I know Kung Fu.
And it's kind of like that. It gradually gets more and more confusing, and
I'm pretty sure my guy's saying, dude. Except not really. He's saying, I agree. The nature of reality is beyond human, or elven, ken, or Furbolg. How common are Furbolg in the setting?
Not very.
Have I seen one before?
Not that you are aware of.
I'm looking for my family, and I am quite short, about maybe 5 feet, probably more like 4'11".
Okay.
Little tiny yellow guy.
okay.
So you travel several days, either making camp or there's rest stops for caravan, or there's inns or small encampments where caravans stop for the night that sometimes you stay at. But you have a nice journey. You're conversing about the nature of the universe, and sometimes about Kung Fu.
And the knowing
Limpet.
thereof.
Yes. And Limpet. Oh, I need to change the standard. Just a second. There. Limpet very much enjoys the spending time with you guys, getting to know you. At times he looks, as you're discussing topics about the mysteries and the
Existential?
that's the word I'm looking for, existential meanings of life. The dog Limpet sometimes looks at you with understanding, and you swear there's times you see him nod his head going, yeah, these guys are pretty cool.
I'm gonna roll an insight check and see if the dog actually understands.
Okay. You believe he does. That makes zero sense. The next time you look at him, he's licking his own ass,
How
But
different is he really from the rest of us?
I'm going to stake out. This is a hill I'm prepared to die on. He's very different from the rest of us. Okay.
I'll just ask him if he speaks common, because I'm overboard.
oh, that's right.
Speak common? Question mark.
He looks at you and shakes his head. Negative.
Okay, this dog doesn't speak any common. He told me so.
Shriva licks his ass.
Bumble walks away slowly.
What have I gotten myself into?
So, as you come around this curve in the road. You're up on a slight incline. For the past several days, you've been traveling a road that winds lazily across the rolling grasslands of the green fields. Sundown is approaching when you top a rise and see the town of Greenest just a few short miles away. But instead of the pleasant, welcoming town you expected, you see columns of black smoke rising from the burning buildings, running figures that are little more than dots in the distance, in a dark, winged shape wheeling low over the keep that rises above the center of the town. Greenest is being attacked by a dragon.
Huh.
Where's your monastery? Can you see it from here?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this monastery. I just know that I was told to go to Greenest and to meet my to meet this other monk from my order.
I'm not so sure running into town right now is the best course of action. I feel like whatever business you have with your monastery could wait, let's say 12 hours.
Stump, do I see anything? I don't know. That looks like it could be related to my purpose.
No, not really. Not from this distance, for sure.
Okay. Do I see, are there people running away from the town? Does it look like the town's putting up a fight, or is it just getting wailed on by a dragon from above?
Well, everybody give me... Okay, what you see is small dots running towards the central keep, and then other dots like chasing them. Give me an insight as you watch this scene for a while. And really, all of you, about the same time, Sivra, just moments, fractions of a second faster, but you notice the dragon is really just flying loops over town and, is there, but it hasn't attacked. Say you stand up here watching for like a half hour. In that half hour, it doesn't use its breath weapon. It doesn't make contact. It just circles above the city, above the village.
Is it looking for something? I say out loud.
I wonder if my family's in the village.
If you think your family's in the village, we should go investigate.
What does it... You said that there were people that were chasing each other. What did that look like? Can I tell more from what I see? That's probably not. What can I tell?
Well, and at this distance, it's like a couple miles off. So you just see figures, but there's definitely some figures like running, trying to get to the central keep, and every now and then a group will come out from the central keep. They look like guards. They look like armored and armed men or guards, and they'll come out and they'll like get to a group that is fleeing creatures that are chasing them or people that are chasing them. There'll be a short battle, and then they'll retreat back into the keep with the people you assume rescued. Sometimes you'll see, there's a couple times where you see a small group trying to get to the keep, but others intercede, and even from this distance, it's not hard to imagine the arms falling, rising and falling. It's as it holds you are fairly certain it's holding a sword or axe or club or something, weapon of some sort, and attacking the people trying to get to the keep.
Bumble, do you really think your family might be here?
Um,
Well, if your family might be here, we should do something as opposed to stand here.
I run towards the town.
All right. You go about a mile down the path, and
Yeah, I'm running along with him.
I assume everybody is. I shouldn't assume, but
Nope, that's a safe assumption. We are running down the path.
Just limpet, hot on our heels.
damn it. No. I accidentally put stuff on the map layer. You gotta go to the map layer. Okay, as you guys are moving towards the town, oh, I really messed that up.
A sudden earthquake. Ah!
From
Landslide.
behind some rocks, a guy wearing it's a dark blue robe steps out and say, "Oh, what do we got here? A couple heroes? You think you're going to be heroes and save the village? It's a dragon attack."
I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna say, no, we're just peaceful travelers looking to return home.
Well, peaceful travelers, your luck has ran out. How about you make a donation? I'm going to move you guys all up. How about you make a donation to... Oh, let me double check what they call her.
You know, I really don't have much to give you. I am a monk, and we do not travel. We do not carry much with us as we travel.
I
Well-
light him, and I drop my seeming, so I grow to my full 7'7", and I just say, "I know kung fu."
He
I am-
smiles.
I observe this and say, and I'm with them. I don't think there's anything else to say.
He smiles and says, "Well, we're with her," and points to the dragon. And says, he screams, "Attack!"
I'm gonna look up at Bumble and say, "Oh, you got larger."
I know kung fu.
He knows kung fu, I say knowingly.
At which point, 3 kobolds come screaming out. And let's get everybody roll initiative.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, how do we all have floating point values for initiative?
I
Uh,
I selected to do or to have
Oh, I see it. So that is a tiebreaker.
right, Dex is a tiebreaker.
Oh, nice. Some on the ball kobolds.
All right.
Well, they move first.
I guess we are kind of naive travelers.
Okay.
They might attack us? What?
Okay. So these two are going to step up. 5, 10, 15. Then they will each swing one at Bumble. Hits AC 9, which I assume will miss.
It's
The other at Khan, AC 16
That hits.
for 3 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
Then the kobolds get to move 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10. They all have to use double moves. The cultist.
So it's 3 kobolds, and what are the 2 other guys? Are they just regular human henchmen?
Right, regular human henchmen, and then there's the cultist who's wearing, and he has some like goofy, the collar on his robe is like all goofy, and it's supposed to represent, you think, the 5 colored dragon heads, you know, a dragon head for each. So there's like a little collar sticking out. He looks like a real dumbass. But he's mean.
Well, I'm sure that in a little bit he will also feel like a real dumbass.
And he starts casting, points at, oh, Bumble, you are big and scary. So he is going to cast command at you. And why? Okay. So give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
oh boy.
Uh-oh. Total
Okay,
party
well-
wipe.
He tells you to drop. So for 1 round, your next turn, you will drop to the ground. And Khan, your turn.
Okay, spellcasting in 5e. If I have a spell that can cast as a bonus action, can I cast that and a cantrip?
Yes, the cantrip would be the action. The bonus action, the one that says bonus action, is a bonus action.
Okie dokie. So he's cursed, and let's say any dexterity check. He has disadvantage on now. And if I hit him with anything, he takes 1d6 extra damage.
All right.
And then I cast a attack cantrip at him.
Okay. I need a good cursed. Oh, he has back pain. That's a good cursed.
Except I miss with my attack roll.
That is correct. You did miss. And I forgot. Okay, so deal to Bumble. So at any time you want to use your cards indicate inspiration. Anytime you want to use inspiration, you can, just play the card. The card value has nothing. It's just the way I use to keep track of how many inspiration points you have.
Oh, and we all start with 1?
Yep, you all start with 1, and at any point, if you think somebody does something, just say, hey, Toad really earned an inspiration point with that. Or, as you guys, if any of you DM, you got so much other stuff going on that a lot of times I miss some of the smaller things that could happen in interaction that really deserves and what makes the game cool. So
Okay.
at any point, you guys can just say, oh, he just earned an inspiration point, and I'll give him another card. And then you get one every time you level. And if you, like I said before, you can play a card at any point and you can change one of your allies, or an NPC a roll from a miss to a hit, or from a hit to a critical hit, or from a critical hit to a hit, or from a hit to a miss. Okay.
If that's the case, can I just go ahead and throw mine down right off the bat and say that I hit the guy?
Yes, if you want to. That is why
Okay, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I just realized it would be shitty damage anyway, but
Right.
never mind.
So my hope is the other thing you can do with the inspiration is you can put it down and you can change the story narrative in a slight way. I mean, nothing big, but you can just change it in a slight way that will make me have to readjust. And if you want to do that sometime and you play a card and say, okay, I want to change the narrative, well, then as a group, we'll decide what that inspiration point, how much it allows to change, and
The dragon is now the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
All right.
Unfortunately, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is a
Still
level
breathes
5
fire.
barbarian.
Yeah.
Okay, so Khan went correct. Yes. Okay. Sariva, how do you want your name pronounced?
Shriva.
Shriva?
Steve.
Or just Shri.
Shri.
Anyway, so what I'm seeing is 2 kobolds in front of me, a cultist off to my right, and then the cursed cultist just beyond me with the kobold in between me and it.
Right.
Do these kobolds look like they will go down quickly, or do they look beefy?
They look like they would go down. They are typical kobolds.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and target that one directly in front of me with my quarterstaff. That's probably not going to make it.
No, that does not make it. They are
And
wimpy,
then-
but they're not quite that wimpy.
As my bonus action, I'm going to try to hit with an armed strike.
Okay, that will hit. And the kobold goes down.
So you swing at it, miss, then just punch it between the eyes. And it is
Thanks for the
down.
flavor. So to give it a bit more flavor, like I want you to picture me. I'm like medium height, skinny, an elf, pointy ears, like this like sort of burnished copper skin. My robes are maybe a slightly darker mahogany, but very much your sort of like Buddhist monk. Like
Yeah.
there's kind
And
of
a-
like I got 2 tones.
And you're a wood elf, right?
And I'm a wood elf. And I've got these really bright green eyes. Like, that's the weird thing. When you look at me, like, your eyes are what you note. My eyes are what you notice. You really might not see anything else. So I'm going to say that, the kobold was stuck gazing longingly into my eyes, or at least curiously into my eyes. And and so I took a swipe to see if I could like distract it. At least that's what I'm going to play it off as after I kind of missed. And it wouldn't follow it. So instead, just punched it. Just like fist between the eyes. Kabam.
Fine.
go.
If my fancy stuff isn't going to work, I'll just hit you in the head.
Boot to the head.
And Bumble.
I spend half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
And then I am going to Hadouken at the thug to my northeast.
Northeast. Okay. And that will miss.
I know Kung Fu.
Bumble, are you at reduced HP? Have you taken damage?
Yeah.
When did that happen? I missed that.
Onset of combat.
Okay. Okay. So initiative, spear, one-handed. No, he missed you.
I got hit.
Yeah,
You're
Khan
confused.
got hit. You were missed, Bumble.
But he hit me for 9, right?
No,
The
he
attack-
hit AC. He hit AC 9,
Yeah,
so that missed. Oh, AC 9 hits. I'm sorry. So then he hits you for 3 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. All right. The guards will. Oh, he's gonna step up, and he's seen Sheer attack and defeat the Cobalt, so he is going to attack him. It hits AC 7. The other one will again swing at Bumble, AC 5.
That one misses.
And then the kobolds go. Okay. So the kobold, no. Yeah, he'll attack Sheer again. AC 13 will miss. And then the other one attacks Bumble. AC 19 for 6 points of damage.
Bumble's KO'd.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Limpet goes, and he runs over to Bumble and starts licking on his face. And you get 5 hit points back.
Oh, I love this dog.
Awesome.
Okay, I gotta mark that spell slot. Okay, the cultist. He will step up and swing a scimitar at Sheer, screaming, Respect and fear the dragon. The dragon is all powerful. Show proper respect. And it's
That's a
AC
nice.
11. And Khan, you are up.
Do I have line of sight for a ray attack on the cultist?
I would say if you take one step north.
I'll take that step then,
Okay.
and attack with the same cantrip as before. Wait, no, I'm going to use my crossbow.
So, and that does the extra dice as well?
Yes. I will roll now.
Oh, I needed to roll a d20.
Oh,
Don't worry, everything's alright.
It's all under control.
and your crossbow bolt catches clean shot through the eye. Just boom, down he goes.
Nice.
Sheer, you are up.
Oh, and
Okay.
I've moved one step north.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit this guy straight below me.
Okay.
Not the kobold, the guy.
Right.
So that's gonna be. I'm gonna take a swing with my quarterstaff, and so that's a 21 to hit,
That hits.
8 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit him, use my bonus attack to hit him again. So,
AC 20. Or no, AC 16.
and that's not actually. That didn't work out. So let's take that 20 as the roll.
Okay.
Or can we take the crit? I like the crit. I know what I said.
Okay, so
No. Well, we can go with that 20, and I'll just do a and so that's gonna be a 1d6.
yeah, so go ahead and you smack him with the quarterstaff. He kind of scrunches up in pain and presents a clear shot to his jaw for a clean knockout.
Okay.
And Bumble, you are up.
Oh, I forgot to say this. Hex, sorry to interject. Hex, when the target dies, I can transfer it to another target.
Okay.
So it goes to the remaining human.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
Hadouken!
I like that one for your hex.
Right at the hexed guy.
AC 22. 2 points of damage. Okay. You hit.
Unfortunately, only I get the bonus damage.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. He's gonna take another swing at you. AC 6. At this point, he is going to step back. Let's go ahead and take your opportune attack. That will hit.
For 1 point of damage.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And the kobolds just say, F this, and they disengage. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And they are going to take a disengage action. 30. And they will take a dash action with their action.
I'm gonna shout, take him alive.
Limpet just walks around and noses each of you, just kind of checking you out. Cultist is dead. Khan, you are up.
Well, let's see. I don't want to kill the guy, so I won't use piercing damage. I'll use my force spell instead. We can stabilize him if I knock him out. I say in game. No, I don't. I don't have line of sight, so I'm going to walk 1, 2, 3, 4 squares up to here. And hit
Can you move your character?
Can I? I guess I can. Sorry, I did not know that.
Okay.
I last played a Roll20 3 years ago, not counting our Saturday sessions. So I'm still getting used to some of the newer stuff. Like moving my own token. Okay. I roll a 14. Does that hit him?
That will miss.
14 misses. Okay. That's the end of my turn.
And Shri.
Okay. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to hit him with my quarterstaff for non-lethal damage. And I'm going to take a 3 unarmed strike, non-lethal damage. And I imagine both will miss.
Both of those miss, yep. And Bumble.
I am going to attempt to Hadouken this guy again. Oh yeah.
And you Hadouken him very well. So go ahead and describe
It
your...
rolls the damage for you.
Yeah, I wasn't rolling.
He's...
I was rolling wild magic surge check.
Oh, awesome.
So go ahead and describe your Hadouken for us.
So I throw my hands together, palms inward, out, and the flame comes out and just like hits him in the back of the head and explodes his brain out the front.
It's okay. I can spare the dying. Wait.
And then I go into like a resting stance with my arms at my sides.
And the guards are dead.
Did the chief cultist completely die, or is he merely unconscious? I run over to check him.
All right, he is... So the kobolds run away. He is not completely dead yet. Not all the way dead. Okay.
Well, it's going to take him, I think it's a 1d4 hour countdown to wake up. But you guys probably know 5e rules better than me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd like to tie him up.
Yeah, good call.
Okay.
I'm gonna bind his arms. And I really shouldn't be the one to carry him.
Neither should I. Sorry, Bumble. Are you willing to haul this bag of meat around?
Not very strong. That's sizest.
What's that? Sizest. Okay. Are we a party of weaklings? I think we're a party of weaklings.
Does anybody have a strength higher than 10? No, wait. Does anybody have a strength in the double digits?
No.
Does anyone have
Crickets
strength
chirping.
lower than
Mine's -2. I have a strength of 6.
Ooh. Well, I think you're probably the lowest.
Let's see. I rip off part of his shirt and gag him as well.
Oh, good call. Well, I'll go ahead and start dragging him.
Okay.
How much does this guy weigh?
He weighs, this picture, 120. He's not very big.
Kind of like us.
Yeah. I guess if we each take an arm, we can drag him. Or, I guess each take a foot.
Okay. He has a holy symbol. It looks like this.
Oh.
Black, right. That would be Tiamat's holy symbol.
Ah, dragon cultists. I've heard stories. I assume everyone's heard stories, actually.
Yeah, pretty much. Even far south in my sheltered monastery.
What's a dragon?
Okay, but Michael Bublé over here.
Oh, how do you do?
Is searching his body investigate, or would that be perception?
Charisma.
Depends on what kind of search you mean.
Yeah, if you're taking the
pocket
time
by
to,
pocket, yeah,
Pretty sure
pocket
that's a
by
medicine
pocket.
check.
then it's pocket by pocket is a automatic 20. There you go. See? Okay. Slash. How do you do a roll to the DM? Slash.
I think
Is
it's
it
GM or GR. Hold on, I have it here. GM roll or GR.
All right. He has, between him and the two guards, they have various coins totaling 12 gold pieces.
That's 4 for you, 4 for you, and 4 for me. Sorry, Limpet.
He barks approvingly.
I sneak him half.
Okay,
my
as long as you
bread.
guys,
I don't
So-
really need the money.
the two humans or the two guards are also carrying each of them has a symbol of Tiamat. It's not as, the cultists was very, it was a very fine, it was actually a holy symbol. The other two humans, it's just like, they're not holy symbols, but they're on a chain medallion on their neck, just like stamped.
I take all 3 and put them in a pocket in case we need evidence to show to someone later.
Okay.
Good call.
And then aside from the leather armor, the 2 other humans are wearing the robes the cultist is wearing. The cultist has a scimitar, and the 2 humans each have 3 spears.
I doubt I could even use a scimitar. It's not a simple weapon, is it?
It is not. I think it's a martial weapon.
Well, I think it's going to stay here.
Okay. And you.
Or let's grab it. I bet we could lug it into town and give it to the townsfolk.
Yeah, or sell it.
I know kung fu.
But yeah, you're right. We can give it to him. You take it. I'm already carrying crap, by which I mean 3 holy symbols.
With a strength of 6. With a strength of 6, that adds up quick.
Yeah, I tried to give myself an explorer's pack, and I was almost over encumbered. I had to go back to a scholar's backpack.
Well, what's funny is I'm incredibly weak, but I also weigh like just shy of 300 pounds.
That's
and
funny.
my push and pull
Do
strength is like of a large creature.
Do Giantkin get like a carrying capacity bonus?
Yeah, 1 larger.
Nice.
So I assume you head into town then?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and head towards town, dragging our cultist.
Okay.
I assume the dragon is still flying overhead.
He is, but he's taken really, really wide paths. He goes a long ways out.
Oh, that's a dragon.
Yeah, we should have pointed that out. Sorry. Forgot that there was a example right there over our heads.
Okay.
All right, that's why that's why that came up in conversation. Now I remember.
So you get into town, and you're walking. Yeah, sirree, you're walking. When suddenly, you're getting into town, and you're kind of between the buildings. You see, to the south of you, what is it that gets it to move? Shift.
Mama, no.
You see, without warning, 5 humans dash out from between 2 buildings on your left. A limping man and 3 young children race across the street into more shadows, and a woman carrying a round shield and a broken spear turns and faces back in the direction from which they came. Kobolds stream out of the alley on the family's heel and fan out around the woman, who looks determined to delay the creatures as long as possible.
Well, I'm running up to help that lady.
Yeah, I dropped the boot that I'm carrying and ran up after her.
I dropped the cultist.
All right, so
Or the other boot, I suppose. I was like, damn you! You just took a boot? Sure. Like, here, we'll share. I'll take a boot. You drag the cultist.
okay. So
Okay.
the cultist, we'll say the cultist, you guys stop dragging him out there. And let me mark him some way to he is still very much mostly dead, but not dead. And you guys. So this here big square thing is an open plaza. So I will say you guys start like right here. Just so you don't have to.
So that's a raised platform that the fountain's on?
Yep.
How high is the platform? How hard is it to hop up without going up the steps?
It's like 3 feet. It's not hard at all.
Okay.
And the kobolds are in. This one looks like a kobold, except for he has wings.
The blue, yeah.
Yep. And then you see 3 more of the cultists. They're wearing the same funky robes as the boot, Mr. Boot you've been pulling around. So there is not much to this encounter. It starts out with a lot of... But everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Damn it. And then I need to do her. And I'm going to say the entire family goes on her initiative. And all right. Lord, it takes me forever just to roll initiative. And Bumble, you are first.
Yes, I am going to run up to the winged one and deliver a Hadouken.
All right.
4-7 Hadouken damage.
It goes spiraling down, hits its head on the raised platform, bleeding all over, not happy.
I yell out, I know Kung Fu!
And Shri.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Oh, I need to roll the dice. We're safe.
I'm going to run up to this kobold here. And I'm going to... So that's most of my movement. I think I have 5 movement left.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a swing at it with my staff.
That will connect. It is still up.
And I'm going to try to punch it in the face.
And that will miss.
Okay.
The Erd is dead. Cultists go. This cultist steps up and screams, "No, you morons! You don't attack us, you attack the townspeople! Good God, where did they hire these mercenaries from?" And the other 2 are standing behind him and it's like, "Now stop. Kill this family and let's continue looting." Limpet's gonna run up and he's checking out all the kids. The kobolds, they look back at the cultists like, Are you guys on crack? And 2 of them are going to attack Shri. And they call us stupid. AC 13
It's a miss.
and AC 10.
Also a miss.
1 is going to attack Lenan. Ooh. And the kids scream, Mom, no! And this one, 5, 10, 15. He is going to attack Bumble. AC 19 for 4. Okay. Cuth steps up shakily. And he attacks the kobold who just swung. Ooh. He smacks it good with a club. And the kids. They're gonna cower back here crying, and Limpet kind of hangs out with them. And she needs to make a death roll. And she makes it. And con.
Okie dokie. Let's see, remind me how diagonal movement works. Is it 3 moves for 2 spaces?
No, and apparently in 5e, it's each diagonal move is 5.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 6 down to there, and I will shoot this guy with a crossbow.
Okay. Ooh, that will hit. Enter. And you are just rocking that crossbow tonight.
And then to muddle the waters, I shout at the cultist, "Call off your lizard men."
Okay, give me a persuasion check. All right. Bumble.
Yes, I am going to move diagonally to the southwest. And then I am going to Hadouken at the kobold between me and Ka.
That will hit. And you Hadouken him to death.
Savage Roar.
And Shri.
I'm going to use my bonus action. Can I use the bonus action then an action?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to hit this one that's already damaged. So that's
Okay.
an unarmed, so that'll be an unarmed strike.
All right. That one falls.
And then I'll use my normal attack action to hit the other one that's next to me. That one probably doesn't.
And that one misses, correct. Okay. That would have been pretty damn cool, though. Okay, the cultists. This one. God damn it. Okay. So that's going to be a wisdom check. His persuasion was an 11. Seven.
This guy
Okay.
gets it.
So these two start screaming at the one remaining kobold. Dumbass, what are you doing? Get back here. Why are you guys attacking? And this one is going to step up 5, 10, 15 to the front so it doesn't go. And he is going to swing at Shri, screaming at, "No, you morons! These guys are not mercenaries." And
Nope.
he hits with, misses with AC 7. Limpet is going to come up. Comes running up. And starts licking on Mrs. Swift. 4. This cultist is going to take one step, or this kobold. You can do an opportune attack if you want, as it leaves your space, your
Okay.
threatened space.
And so I think that's just going to be with my quarterstaff.
Yeah. Okay. You miss, and you see him. Does any of you understand Draconic?
I do, yes.
Okay. You hear him just cursing out the cultist. "Tell me to stop attacking, you stupid son of a..." And then so forth.
Son of a wyvern.
It's okay. So she is no longer in a dying state, but she's just...
Not in the living state.
Yes. What does he have? Because all he has is a club. All right. He is going to... Let's see, that's 10 movement. 20. He drags her back out. Khan.
All right, I shoot past, or I guess over Limpet at the cultist who's attacking Shriva.
Okay.
See if I can keep up this run with the crossbow. Does a 16 hit?
Yep. And your streak is still perfect.
Still streaking.
And then at this point, can he do... Well, either persuasion or deception would be the same roll for me. But what did I say? Stop attacking.
Okay, yep. Roll whichever one.
They're both a +6 for me.
Okay. And where did I put the turn order? All right, come back, turn order.
You have 18 charisma?
19. Yeah, +2 for being a half elf.
Ah. Okay.
Much better than my other character. My character in Schult is aggressively mediocre.
Well, I lost the turn order for some reason. So
Well, it's Bumble.
Okay. Right.
I will cast True Strike on the cultist currently next to the kobold. So I'll have advantage on him next turn. And I will say, are you going to let that human talk to an actual dragon like that?
Okay. After... Damn it, I am... Alright, let's go back and look at initiatives.
So it's me.
Okay. Go ahead and go.
So I'm going to go ahead and sort of move wide. And so as to avoid provoking attacks of opportunity, move over here and then strike. Oh, actually, I guess I could have just moved here. Okay. Then I'm just going to move there and I'm going to hit the, take a swing with my bonus action at the kobold.
Okay.
4 damage. Is it still up?
He is hanging on by a thread.
And then I'll go ahead and try to hit him with my quarterstaff.
Okay. That will hit, and that does it.
Okay.
Okay. Ernest dead cultist. Stop your lies, stupid man. We figured it out. You shall pay for deceiving the great dragon cult.
Well, you
No,
guys are
you
good.
shall pay for being deceived.
Man, they really suck.
Do I
Wow.
get an attack of opportunity?
So what happens with that critical miss?
It's just a miss.
Okay. I was hoping he'd like stab himself in the foot or something, but
Yeah,
I was really hoping for an attack of opportunity, but okay.
fair.
Limpet. All the kobolds are dead. Swim. Okay, Limpa's gonna move. Limpet. Oh no, that cultist is right there. Fine. Fine. Oh. So, cultist needs to make a strength save. Okay, so he falls down. And he takes 6 points of damage. And you guys see Limpet kind of gagging and like trying to spit the taste of blood out of his mouth.
Good
Con.
dog. I say,
Good
wow,
job,
you're
Limpet.
dumb. I say, wow, you're dumb, and shoot the guy as he's prone before me at my feet.
So I think you have advantage on that.
Actually disadvantage with the ranged weapon attack.
Even if he's prone, does advantage and disadvantage cancel out?
Well, no, because he is prone, if you were making a melee attack, then you would have advantage. With a ranged attack against a prone opponent, your attack is at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, lowest is a 15. Does a 15 hit?
Yep. And your streak is still shot dead.
Nice.
One shot, one kill.
I have been keeping track of ammo. Do you care about ammo? I believe I've fired 5 bolts so far.
I don't, unless we get someplace and I'll tell you that this is indeed the case. Like if you're going to be outside of the city for an extended period of time,
Okay.
or outside of a town, where you wouldn't be able to purchase it. Otherwise, I just assume you're picking up ammo as you
Okay. At the end of the battle, yeah.
Right.
Hadouken.
Oh, can I say I'm going to move over? So, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So, yeah, and with an AC 12 will hit. Or 8 fire damage. Okay, he is weaving, but he is still up. Shri. The 11 misses.
What about the crit?
Oh, yeah. That. Go ahead and describe in gory detail how you end this conflict.
So I'm just his flesh had just been, or all the hair on his body had just been singed by Bumble's Hadouken. And seeing that, I was just so inspired. I swept down it with his feet with my quarterstaff, and then when he somehow managed to jump up out of the way, I turned it into just continued that low sweep down and through, and I just hit him in the solar plexus with my elbow, and weakened by the flame, I felt something give way as I elbowed his heart, just all the way up in there.
Yep, and he flew. You caught him while he was coming down, to jump over your staff. You caught him coming down, and you felt his rib cage literally cave in around your elbow, and he goes flying backwards. It's a very anime type finishing shot.
Then I went deep into like horse stance and yelled at the sky or something. I don't think that's true.
Okay, and
It's not me.
all the kids come running over, hugging Dad. And I'm going to delete a bunch of dead bodies.
Do any of them have gold on them?
I investigate the cultists, yeah.
Okay, so each of the cultists have one of them. They each have a scimitar. And
I'm gonna go ahead and pick those up too, because I'm collecting.
Yeah, I think I'm up to 6 holy symbols now. Slightly cleaner than severing their ears.
so
Yeah.
between the three of them, the 3 cultists, there is a grand total of 11 gold pieces. And the kobolds don't have anything.
So that's a total of 23 gold pieces. 12 from that first group, and then 11 from these.
Yep. All right. Just to make this easier, I am going to give you guys
All of the gold.
So you guys now can move Limpets, and you will see his character sheet in your journal. So, as you guys control him, he's a first level cleric. That's a dog. And you guys figure out more, you'll realize more. But generally speaking, even though he has a bite, he stays out of combat. He is basically your team's heal bot, as much as a first level cleric can be. Once you guys get third level, he'll advance to second level. Basically just with access to the spells, though. He won't, like, his attacks will never increase or anything like
I
that.
rub his tummy.
Who's a
And
good boy? Who's a good
likes it.
boy?
Okay, so the Swifts say we need to get to the keep. They're closing it off. We do not have much time to get there. Can one of you please help me carry linen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course. And I think the other two of us continue dragging our cultist trophy.
Okay,
Right.
So you all get to the keep. And you bring in I'm not going to put in the family, but you get it to the keep and they're all happy. They go hide in the caves.
Hide in the caves, did you say?
Yeah, there's caves underneath the tower.
All right.
And
Hey.
Mr. You,
Who does it look like is in charge?
okay. Mr. Eustace up here is giving orders and people are responding. And
Yeah.
you hear a couple people respond to him as Governor or Night Hill. And then this guy right here, you hear people respond to him as Castlin or Escobar. He's a red-haired dwarf, lots of cussing and cursing and flipping off the dragon. And Night Hill is a crotchety old man. He looks to be in his mid-60s.
I asked Bumble what he knows about his family. Where would we have to look? Should we go check the caverns?
So Night Hill will come down as you guys are discussing. And he looks at the prisoner you have been dragging. And he quickly grabs each of your hands and pumps it, and good job, good job. I was just thinking, find out what a bloody mess is. Why the hell would anybody want to attack a little village? It's just, and with a dragon, no less.
Say we were wondering the same thing. And
this green gentleman here might be looking for his family. Do you know anyone of the green persuasion in town?
You seen my mom?
Are you currently 7 foot or 4'11"?
We haven't rested since we started fighting, so I'm currently 7.
He will look up and say, sorry, I don't think I've seen, there's in your mom's not here, and I don't think she's ever been here.
Oh, she doesn't look like me. She's a lot shorter. I put my hand like maybe 75% of the way down my body.
You hear the dwarf in the background go, bet that was a hell of a birth. Like, okay, do you know her name?
Rosie.
oh, jeez.
Surname?
Beestinger.
Rosie Beestinger. Sorry, can't help you. Beestingers, there was another Beestinger that came through here a couple months ago. But he was... And the dwarf slaps him on the back. Well, he was a good right dwarf. We had several ales. Fine chap, fine chap.
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific.
How are you? Drummond Beestinger was his name.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time. We were playing hide and seek, and now I'm looking for my family.
That's a hell of a game of hide and seek.
We're playing hide and seek, and I won.
That's
For 40 long years, I've been winning.
That's some stick-to-itedness there. And Churchill's like, yeah, let's get this guy in prison, huh? Slap him around a little bit and find out what the hell's going on. You can go downstairs and ask, down in the caves and ask if anyone's there. Hey, welcome to Greenus. Where do you just, Dragon... Sorry, let's get this guy chained up, and then we can sit down and talk. And he's just like, yeah, let's go.
Very, very distracted, yeah.
And about that time.
So I'm gonna go ahead and ask about, if they've seen any monks, or if there's anybody from my monastery here.
About that time, the dragon flies over, and I will need everybody to make I think it's wisdom saving throw for the fear.
I pooped my pants.
Okay. And all three of you are like, yeah, let's get inside right now. So you become frightened for a minute, and then you got 24 hours. And the dragon says, see, really, my purpose here is ridiculous. I just about didn't include the dragon in this encounter because who the hell puts a dragon, the adult blue dragon, in an encounter for first level characters?
A sadist, Chris Perkins.
So it suggests, all it really does is flies over the keep, and so its fear aura keeps the town's guards cowering. But it only lasts for a minute, and then it's no good for 24 hours. So, all right. The cultist is put in prison. Monks. Yeah, there's a Leosin Erlanthar. He has a small monastery here. He has 3 or 4 disciples with him. They would know. He has 3 under monks that study with him, study his teachings. But we haven't seen them since the attack began. I assume they're at the monastery.
Where's the monastery? Can you give us directions?
We will pull out.
Is there any chance there's an
The map of Greenest. And say, you are here. The monastery is here.
How do you guys feel about going to a monastery?
I know Kung Fu.
Sounds like a yes.
I feel like we should eventually hole up somewhere, but a monastery is as good a place as any to do that.
Okay.
I'm on a roll with this crossbow. I gotta say, I am so proud of myself today.
You are. I mean, we're gonna start calling you Sniper Con.
Yeah.
One shot.
As you guys are
Shot.
talking,
1 kill. Con shot, con kill.
Oh.
as you guys are talking, there's a couple clerics that move through, and the mayor asks that they cast Cure Wounds on each of you, so each of you gets, if you're injured, which ones of you are injured?
I think Bumble and I both.
Okay, so the first one gets, what is it, 1d8 plus, is it your wisdom modifier?
Is it wisdom plus
Spell
spell?
proficiency.
All right, I'm going to say 3, just because. So Bumble gets 5, 8 plus 3, and you both get 5.
Okay.
And when you start talking about going to the monastery, the mayor says, well, I was hoping you guys would be wanting to go back into town. I think we're getting most of our people out, but we can show you an old tunnel that by this time the keep is completely surrounded by mercenaries and kobolds and cultists, but he says, well, we have an old tunnel that you can use. It'll come out by the river. And that way you'll have a chance sneaking around and, go to the monastery. I would like if they're there, to have them hopefully come back and help out in the keep. We could really use their assistance. And
We understand. We need to get everyone on board.
Absolutely.
right. Before you go, if you guys want to eat, there's sandwiches and stuff being made. You guys can take a short rest if you want.
It's a long rest to restore spells, isn't it?
Right. And really,
Yeah.
he would be willing. Well, nobody would say anything if you guys took a long rest.
Limpet gets his own sandwich.
Yeah.
You say crossing your arms.
Okay. Okay, when you guys are ready.
Yeah, I'll risk it, even though I've used up my only spell.
I mean, I'm ready. I don't have anything good.
Yeah.
Right now, my character doesn't have enough abilities to be able to regain them with a short rest.
My guy is just really full of himself after this streak with the crossbow.
Maybe my family's at the monastery.
Well, let's find out. Cool.
And the dwarf gives you a key that he says will open the gate at the other end. Let me see if they have any box text for this, for the tunnel. Nope. It's a narrow tunnel that runs from caves beneath the keep to the bank of the stream.
Oh, if we've had a rest, I'm short again.
Okay.
Have we had a rest? I thought we were just charging forward.
I mean, we can call it a short rest.
Sure.
I even got shorter.
Huh?
Okay. Somebody's beeping me. All right. So it looks like Shri takes the lead down the tunnel. How far behind him are the rest of you going to stay?
I'll generally try to stay shoulder to shoulder with Shri.
Okay. As you approach the intersection ahead, everybody give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
You hear squeaking and the scrapes of claws on stone.
Oh, I light a torch.
Okay. Yeah, let's don't player see.
I'm an elf. I have dark vision.
And you can
As
see
well.
in the right, you can see in the cave, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Bumble's standing in darkness. Now you see light, Bumble?
I do.
He sees the light. And when you two poke your head around, you see a family of large, giant rats. Currently, they're all kind of bundled up and they look sleeping, and one's leg twitches every now and then.
Can I see any reason to not let them sleep?
Not at this point, but well, I would say, dogs will generally react aggressively towards rats. And you're fairly certain if these rats were woken up for any reason, they would be aggressive.
I mean,
I go back towards Limpet.
does Limpet have a collar?
I get down in front of Limpet and put my finger to my lips and say shh. And yeah, does he have a collar?
No one collars this
He
dog.
did not. It would be up to you guys if you would want to have gotten him a collar.
I think you're right that no one collars that dog.
No one collars this dog. Explain to him very clearly.
Okay.
There
so
are
you
rats ahead. Let's try not to wake up the rats.
Yeah, I explained it in common, but do you want animal handling out of this?
He will see
Or
him.
better yet, can we have our person who speaks with animals talk to
This
us?
Sleepy rats.
This is also an option.
You see him look at you, and there seems to be an understanding in his eyes, and you believe his head nods slightly.
I look at Bumble and I shrug. I walk back down the hallway again.
Yeah, in fur, I say I know kung fu. Then I walk away.
And he looks at you and nods. And everybody give me a stealth check. Moving past the rats.
Well,
So it's like stepping on a bucket, except I'm stepping on a rat. And they squeak every time I have a footfall.
Stealth is dex, right? Okay. All right. So, Limpet's getting past fine, but Bumble is getting ready to step past. He does a good job sneaking up there, and he stumbles and falls forward and lands with the oof. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Okay, two of the rats. These two get up and yawn and start to stretch, and you're quite certain it's any second now, and they're going to realize you're and do something. Each of you has a surprise round action.
I say go, 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 and I double move towards the exit.
Okay. So you're just gonna move.
And assume that people are following me, and that I'm not just fleeing the battle and leaving my companions to fight alone.
Yeah. Limpet will agree with you and come running down.
Bumble, I'm waiting for you.
Hadouken?
I don't want to hurt them,
Yeah, me neither.
but okay, let's go.
And we're dashing.
Let's
All
get
right.
out of this place. Ah. And we dash out.
Okay, you get to the bars here. And they are locked with a very rusty old lock. And they all look old, or the bars are very rusted, the hinges are rusted. But you have the key.
Okay, let's open it.
Okay. Locks. Okay, as you insert the key in the lock, you can tell it's the right key, but it's so rusted and corroded that I need a dex check to be able to turn the key.
I can't do it. Somebody else want to try?
Sure, I'll take a go.
Okay. You turn the key, you're able to get it out, and looking at these doors, you figure it's going to take, you're almost certain it's going to take a strength check to pry them open. And as you're looking at them, everybody give me a perception check. Okay. Khan, you hear off to the left of the tunnel to the to the east of you, you hear the sound of kobolds speaking in Draconic. You know, just like, nobody's by the river. Why are they having us even look for people down here? It's just stupid, a waste of our time. I say we sneak away and go get the cheese. Shri, with your perception, you hear a human with a commanding voice whisper to the kobolds to quiet, to shut up. You hear the kobolds squawking. I don't know if you understand Draconic. If you do, you heard what the kobolds were saying. If not, you just heard kobolds squeaking at each other.
All I heard were the squeaks. Okay. Well, strength check?
Right. Before we do the strength check, you guys want to take like a 10-minute? I need to get another glass of water.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Sure.
It's been 2 hours. Okay. Short break.
Sounds good.
BRB.
Whenever everybody's ready.
I'm back.
I'm here.
Yep, right here.
Okay, so to recap, or to not recap, but just a quick recap of what's about to happen. You're standing at the gate, you took the lock, you were able to unlock it with the key. The gate is rusted, and you know a short distance to the east is bad guys. How would you like to proceed?
Are rats coming up behind us?
I look.
You do not see any rats coming behind you.
Okay. Let's So I'm in favor of the direct approach, personally.
Yeah, I whisper that we should try to open the door, but as quietly as possible.
I know Kung Fu.
Okay, give me a strength check with advantage.
Is this all of us?
Whoever wants to try to attempt to open the door.
How does aid another work? I think Shriva should do it, and I'll try to help.
Okay, that would give him advantage. Okay, you are able to, surprisingly, with little effort, open the door, and now the all-important stealth.
Do I have an advantage on this too?
Yes, you do, because he's
Or is it just him?
Okay, well, actually, depending on what you're doing now. So you were able to open the gate quietly, very quietly. So let me...
I'd like to peer out and see if I can look around and size up what's going on without being noticed.
Okay. Go ahead and move your character.
Stealth check, or we
Yeah.
just call this like stealthy enough.
Part of that original stealth check. Well, so now you see the group. You
I'm
see
gonna step
four
back
kobolds.
inside so that we can strategize in some hushed conversation. Okay, guys, I saw 4 or 5 kobolds and I saw a couple of cultists. They look like they're not alert. I think that if we come out here strong, we'll have surprise on them. An element of surprise.
Yeah, I'm all
I
in
say
favor
just
of
go
going-
straight, go hard.
Yeah,
I know Kung Fu.
yeah, I agree with Bumble. We shouldn't run away from this fight.
You guys are both more melee, I think. You stay range, or are both more range. I'm gonna run in there. I'm gonna start laying about. Limpet, you're on my tail. If I get hurt, help me out. And you guys just like keep on doing your thing.
Roger,
Anything.
Roger.
Roger Rabbit.
Okay, surprise round actions. We'll just go. Yep, go ahead and start.
I'm going to just step forward and go for a quarterstaff strike on this guy.
Okay,
I still have fog of war everywhere.
Yeah, you need to step out of the tunnel before you'll see it.
Or it automatically updates. Okay. I love roll 20 these days. Okay.
It's awesome.
Sorry, continue, Shriva.
So I'm gonna take a quarterstaff and then do an unarmed strike. So
Okay.
quarterstaff first on the cultist. Oh, I don't have advantage anymore. So an 8's gonna miss,
Correct.
but a 19 is gonna hit.
Hit. Oh, damn it. Minus. And he like cries in shock and oh, as you just come out of nowhere and smack him. Go ahead, Khan, with your surprise.
All right. I am going to pluck out this kobold on the flank here and plink him with the
Okay.
crossbow.
Yeah. He is splashing in the water, having a good, not looking for bad guys. One shoots him with a crossbow. Unfortunately, he just doesn't die.
He's
I
a
know.
tough one.
I know your crossbow seems to be magically enhanced to kill with every strike, but
Someone survived. Yeah.
and Bumble.
I run around the corner. I shout Kung Fu. And that is aimed at the cultist in front of Shreve.
Right. So, the surprise round. One of you guys go ahead and describe what happens. I mean, describe how that just. And this poor cultist never knew what hit him. He barely got a cry out for his mother, and you put him down.
Well,
Or
I mean, I punched him in the throat, but I feel like it was really the flame that did him in. The searing burst of green flame that exploded around his head.
Okay, now.
if those didn't take so much time to use all the time, I would. Okay, cultists. Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Okay. Okay. And the cultist goes first. Oh, he will step right up and take a swing at Shri. AC 17 for 7 points of damage. And you are next.
I am going to I'm going to take a swing at him with my quarterstaff. And then I'm going to take my unarmed strike. And then I'm going to disengage with my move action.
Okay. And Bumble.
Yeah, I shout Kung Fu again, and I hit him with another Hadouken. Or attempt to.
Okay. Kobolds will go. He will step up. Swing dagger. 5, 10. Shri, you can take. Well, yeah, they're not smart. You can take an attack of opportunity. It's down to fight Khan. Jesus. And you end its insignificant life. This kobold swings a dagger at you.
That's a
AC
miss.
15. Okay. One up at top uses his sling to attack Bumble for 7 points of damage.
Knocks me out.
Expertly played.
Oof.
And then the other one uses a sling on Khan. AC 13.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then Limpet's turn. It will whine. Limpet whines at Shri and looks at you like, I'm sorry, but you move over and lick about the face of Bumble.
Hooray.
And Khan, your turn.
All right, I'm attacking the one remaining cultist with the crossbow.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm going to use my Eldritch Blast because it has slightly higher attack roll. So I point with my other hand.
Make a finger crossbow.
Yeah. And do 3 damage to him. And how deep is this stream?
So tell me about your Eldritch Blast.
He does force damage, so it's like I'm able to hit him with a ton of bricks from 20 feet away. So his exactly, it's mind bullets. His skull suddenly shatters, and he flips over backwards.
So no light effects, no sound effects, no nothing. The only sound effect is his face exploding.
Yeah, it's like a meat tenderizer.
Just a wet pop.
Yeah.
I love the idea that you have like a finger pistol, and you point it at him, you squeeze the trigger, and then his head just explodes.
Yep.
Like nothing fancy. Like that is your somatic casting component. Is just finger gun.
Finger gun, and then blow on my finger and put the gun away.
I don't know what this means,
how
but
deep
someday
is- how
it's
deep-
going to make a lot of sense.
How deep is the stream?
So the kobold who is in the stream, it's not up to his waist. So, a kobold's like 4 foot deep. So it's like 1.5 feet deep, maybe.
Okay, I should be able to cross the stream then. So I
Yeah.
will move over there. And that's my turn.
Okay. Oh, both the cultists are dead. Shri.
I've got a kobold in front of me. I'm going to take a swing. And I'm going to take a free strike. And I, you know, I got just so distracted by the finger gun. I was like, how does he do it? And I took a swing and I punched, but in my heart I knew that
You lost focus.
right now I wouldn't be able to, like, no matter how incredible I become, that was something else. That was pretty amazing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to match that anytime soon.
Bumble.
I stand up and then I sidestep from Limpet, and I will weaken the kobold in front of Shuri.
Ooh.
Now that's a true Hadouken.
Hadouken.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. So, you send this blast of fire, and it picks this kobold up and slams it into the one behind it. The first kobold takes 5 points of that and dies. And that back kobold is slammed with this burning corpse. And he takes some of that damage.
And I shout, Kung Fu!
And it's the kobolds.
Bumble, you look at Shriva, and you know that he will never say kung fu, but he will always do kung fu.
This one slings at Bumble again. AC 8 this
Misses.
time. And the other one in front of Shri, attempts to dagger him. AC 7.
Nope.
Did I kill the wrong one?
No.
Okay. All right. I just got confused there for a second. Let's see.
Does Limpet out of spells, or does he
Yeah,
have more
he's out.
licking? No more licking in him.
All he can do is he jumps up, or he leaps towards this kobold up here and uses thaumaturgy to enhance his bark. So it's just this deep, so this little basset hound is just like a
Sounds like a master.
Yep. That's
Does he get an intimidate check?
all right. That's a good idea. Let's give him an intimidate check. What is intimidate? Strength?
No, it's
Charisma.
wisdom. Or charisma, yeah.
Charisma? Okay. I'm gonna give him intimidate because he's been practicing this for a while. So +2, and his charisma is 14. That's +2, so plus.
Did we just lose Eldon?
I'm not sure.
Wow. Okay.
Discord says we did.
Well, then probably.
Now we rebel.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Typing sounds. Lots of typing sound.
See, if you were a real computer guy, hearing a keyboard is a little bit like reading lips.
Audio.
Exactly. You wouldn't even need to see what I've written. It would just be like, oh.
So I am back.
So Limpet's very intimidating.
Yes, he is.
I choose to fail
I am
the
going.
save.
And Bumble is terrified. Bumble goes off running.
What the hell was that?
So that is. So if with the failed, okay, so he gets to make a. Wisdom save with the DC is the first. Intimidate, which was a 22, is the DC. Okay, so he is frightened. And Khan, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. I think I'm just going to keep up the same old pattern and shoot the crossbow. That's the nearest southernmost kobold.
Okay,
Ooh. I really hope I don't hit Shri.
you don't. I do not play with critical failures.
Okay.
Do you want to move?
Let's see. Sure, I'm going to flank these guys.
Okay, Shri, you are up.
You know, I'm gonna punch the kobold. I just watched a crossbow quarrel just streak off in some other direction. So I know I'm getting no crossbow help on this one.
Sorry.
In my heart of hearts,
You're
and
heartbroken.
so I hit it with
Yeah.
a stick.
And you hit it very well with that stick. And it expires at your feet.
And then I'm gonna take part of my move action. I'm gonna step up, and then I'm going to take my bonus unarmed strike and hit the other guy with it.
And it too expires at your feet.
So you're overawed for about 6 seconds. Then you go, oh, I guess that wasn't that impressive. And then just thwack, thwack. Kill two of them rapid fire.
I was really impressed, though. I mean, I did, but it didn't look as cool as when you did that.
I am going to say that I am infatuated by my Eldritch Blast spell now. And this would give me motivation to tech it out in future level ups.
Okay, so the stream is running, burbling quietly on its course. After a few moments, the crickets start chirping again. The screams of despair coming from the city, they're pretty much done.
Do we think that we probably don't want to take a short rest? Because I'm really... How do you guys feel about a short rest? Can we take a short rest here?
Yeah, let's hole up in the bushes. Seriously though, we can hide in the bushes and set camp, like in this tiny little clearing in between bushes. Is that what I'm seeing over here?
Yep. Okay. So you guys hunker down. You the short rest passes uneventfully. You guys rest for like 45 minutes to an hour.
I got 2 hit points. 3. Or excuse me. So that brings me up to 5. So
then I will switch us over to the city map. And by this time, you notice, let me find, when you come around, so the tunnel comes out over here. And did you guys see that?
I think so.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, over there. Looking, when you go up the riverbed a little bit towards the keep and you look up and over, you really see by this time, as long as you stay out of this space around the keep where most of these cultists and mercenaries and kobolds are, if you go to the back streets or between the buildings and stuff, you really have no problem sneaking around. There's times you have to wait and pause and let a group that is just have merrymaking as they're eating food off of ransacking cupboards and eating food out of houses and stuff. But it's really not difficult to get unobserved to anywhere in the city or in the village.
All right, so
Sounds good.
sounds like we're just heading straight to the monastery then.
Yeah.
Okay, when
Do
you
you
get
guys
to
want to
the-
go up? Do you guys want to go up to the front door of the monastery, or come around from the back?
Let's go to the front door.
Okay.
I don't
You
see any
get-
need to be subtle.
You get to the monastery, you knock on the door, and there is After a short pause, you hear from inside, who is it?
I knock on the door in the secret one of the secret codes
Okay.
of my monastic order to let them know that I am a fellow monk and that I am not alone, but that everything is safe on my.
Okay. Well, as soon as when you do the knock, the door flings open and there's a young, we'll say female gnome. Flings the door open and exclaims, "Leosin, you mate!" And she sees you and she's like, sorry, oh, please get in, hurry, quickly. And she steps aside and lets you in. And you see one other person who is currently unconscious, but he's bandaged up. And he's breathing and stuff.
Always a good start.
The female gnome will be like, "Oh, excuse me, takes a deep breath, and she turns to you and does a traditional, a ceremonial, not ceremonial, but does the proper meeting or greeting for someone of the order.
It's a fist bump.
Weary traveler, I am initiate Lita. Welcome to our Odo. Something along those. And then she bows slightly and opens one eye and kind of looks at you like, did I do that right?
Looked good to me.
Oh, okay. You must be the one that teacher had said was coming to meet him. He's not here. Brother Eldarin. I need to write this down so I don't stop opening the book. Leosin.
I'd like to think that she's saying this.
She's Brother Leosin isn't. We went out to help earlier and initiate Fred got injured really bad, and Brother Leosin and me were bringing him back, and we were going to get trapped, and so he pushed me and said, get him back, get him safe to the monastery, and he stayed and took up a stance, and I fear he's gone.
Where was this and when was this again?
Where was he? Where did this happen?
How long has it been?
About 3 hours ago.
Take us to where it was. Or tell us where to go.
She will open the door a little bit. And she points over from the door. She points, draw a line from the peak of the roof, the southern peak of the roof, through that tree. She points in that direction. She says it's... Oh, no. Let me... Yep, that way. She points this way.
Okay.
She said, there's a cart over there by the inn.
I suggest we move cautiously that way.
Yeah, you're the one who's hurting here, so I'll let you take the lead if you're confident in taking up battle again. I'm right
I know
behind you.
Kung Fu.
I mean, screw it. Why not?
Okay, so you
We'll
move
go
cautiously.
slowly. We won't engage unless it looks like something we can take care of.
Okay, I mean, at this point, unless it's just random groups. But you get over there and give me an investigation check. It is right here by this cart. By this cart over here.
I don't have it. Can anybody else help me out on this one?
1 sec. Oh yeah, natural 20 and a natural 1. But luckily, only the 20 counts.
Okay, so you tell Shri to stand back, and you're looking over the ground, and it's pretty obvious that a force of quite a few of the cultists, and it looks like the armored boots of the, like the mercenaries, the guards. Yes, the guards that were with the cultists out on the road.
Those are mercenaries. Okay.
There was quite a large group of them, and there's a few corpses of mercenaries and kobolds laying around the area. There's we'll say 7 or 8 corpses of the dead mercenaries. And then you see the signs. He was overcome by sheer numbers, and he was led away. He was drug away.
All right, what direction?
Towards the keep, over this way.
Is anyone good at tracking?
I know Kung Fu.
And you're very good at it.
Not especially.
If only we knew someone that could track.
But I am
very
this
well.
time.
And we're just standing.
And we
next
have a
to the
dog. We have a basset hound.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Standing, you're talking about it. The doctor's like, woof.
But you guys, and as you get to here, you see, and this is where I wish I would have actually purchased the Roll20 module for this campaign, so I could just open. Okay. You see, surrounded by a lot of guards. Monsters, NPCs. This lady, she's not that big.
Attack of the 60-foot woman.
Kind of on this hill, and there's a bunch of guards around her, and she's giving orders, and she grabs a tied up half elf dressed in robes about the same shade as Shrey's. She grabs him by the face and says something really close to his ear, and then she cackles menacingly that carries over the dim of this army. She waves her hands. You see she's casting something, and her and the captive disappear.
I'm doing knowledge arcana and I don't know anything. I was going to figure out. Ooh,
But Bumble knows something.
know something twice over. Look at that.
All right.
Read about this in a kung fu book.
Okay, let me look at her stats and see if she actually can cast the spell or if I just give her a magic item. No, she is not high enough. So you see her clasp a necklace and grab the guy, and two of the guards grab her shoulder pads, and you know that it is some sort of teleporting magic as she pops out.
Teleportation foo.
Okay. I think we need to get that necklace. Also the monk.
I asked Bumble, do you know how far she teleported? Any
She
idea?
couldn't be no further than
She has to be on this plane somewhere.
somewhere on this plane.
That narrows it down. I think we may have lost our friend for the time being. Unless you're inclined to take on this entire group of mercenaries, I say we make it back to the monastery.
Yeah, let's go back to the monastery. We can stay and protect them. And hopefully rest up. And then we can see if we can figure out where they went after a rest.
Okay. So the night passes uneventfully.
Oh yeah, get a spell back.
Get my points back. And a hit die.
I'm saying I've recollected all my crossbow bolts as well.
Okay, yeah, there's like on dead bodies of the mercenaries and stuff that was over by where that attacked. There's
I just assume I pluck them out of the bodies after I've killed them.
yeah, that works. Okay, so he has 2 slots remaining again. Okay. In the morning you wake up and you hear, you step outside or you open the door and immediately you see that most of the army is gone. And you guys would have been keeping watch at night, so really about 4 o'clock in the morning you heard them start marching or start leaving in groups, and you heard, okay, everybody get back to camp. All right.
Okay.
Let me get her name again. You all know Frulam, she's a bitch. If we're not back with all this treasure by 10 o'clock, she's gonna tan our hides. Let's go, move.
Okay.
Can we tell from the monastery which direction they go?
Can we follow them?
They are heading to the southeast.
Let's follow them.
Okay.
At a distance.
Yeah.
They are very easy to follow. They are it's not an organized marching army. It is just groups of cultists, groups of kobolds, groups of mercenaries.
Do they have their own cliques? Do the kobolds stick with kobolds and mercenaries stick with mercenaries? I feel like this is important.
Yes, in a lot of ways. So at some point during the march, another group of people will come up and say, "Hey, how'd you guys do last night?" Blah, blah, talking at you.
Wait, talking to us?
Yeah, they'll come up. Here, have some wine. We got a bottle. We got like 12, 15, 32. I don't know. How many bottles is this? And he holds up, 6 bottles.
Well, I say, I got 8. How many did you get? People, I mean. How many people did you get?
Oh, I don't know, really way too many to count. There was that.
So less than 8 is what you're saying.
I'm gonna roll insight to see
I-
if he's full of it. I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's less than 8.
I'm
Yeah, he's
trash talking. Yeah, I'm trash talking him.
Well, our primary goal was getting gold and treasure, and for the dragon horde that they need to build.
I forgot to mention this earlier, but I took the symbol of Tiamat from the 2 more cultists we killed at the gate.
Okay.
And I left the swords with the monks.
Okay.
They'll use them. So how many of these guys are there? This group that approached us?
We'll say there's 5 of them.
Cultists or guard or mercenaries, or what are they?
These look like mercenaries.
Hmm.
They're
I continue casting Balance of Deception. Do you want a new roll for me? I say, man, how long has Boss Lady been such a bitch?
that is plenty good deception. And they're like, no shit. I do not understand how these cultist wackos can put up with her, but the pay is good. And I mean, okay, so we're in this, when we attack, don't tell them, but we hit the tavern as soon as we hit town, and we just sat there and drank the entire battle. We're getting paid either way.
I slapped the guy on the back generously.
You're my kind of
Ruthless
drunkard.
killer.
You're my kind of killer. It's what we'll call you from now on, killer.
Well, I figured why take the chance of getting hurt? I mean, it was a little rinky-dink village, how many big bad warriors are they going to have?
I
But
know,
that
right?
That monk getting captured, I don't know if you heard about that. That was right outside the window of the tavern. He was badass. He kicked the snot out of quite a few people before they took him.
Really? Do you know why they took him?
Oh, she had said something about she got in one of the raids, she got some item, some artifact of the sect, and she's hoping this monk was going to be able to tell them how to use it or what it does, or I don't know, some magic crap.
Okay, so metagame timeout. Terminus, did you tell us about this artifact? I know Stump told you, but I forget if you told us.
No.
Okay. I shrug and look at the other party members and wonder if they know anything.
I'm just going to say it sounds interesting. Or she says, that sounds really interesting. Anything that has to do with my sect has to do with, piques my interest. Let's go and see if we can rescue my monk. Well, I don't say this. Thinking carefully, I don't say, let's go rescue my monk friend.
Yeah. I don't notice any behavior on your part that looks suspicious, apparently.
And I'm just trying to ride behind your, wonderful deception and let you, keep these guys rolling into our going. And I figure they're drunk, so it shouldn't be that hard for us to just, let you be the face right now.
Yeah, I say, well, she's in it for the artifact. We're in it for... How much are we getting paid again?
Oh, well, we get... I don't know what you're getting paid. But we're getting... And he'll say, I don't know, whatever the average going rate for mercenaries is. 8 gold a week or something.
Man, you're getting ripped off. But
really? What are you getting paid? I thought so.
I've already said too much. I'm sorry. Details of my contract. I'm sorry. I've said too much already. Employees aren't allowed to discuss their salary.
It says right there in the contract.
Do you know my mom?
Yes, but that's another. I wasn't going to be the one that was going to bring that one up.
Okay, so it is up to you if you want to go with these guys and go right into camp, or as you're approaching camp, you can kind of back off and, you start picking up, as you're traveling, you get more and more groups kind of bunch up. And eventually, if you want, I will let you fade into the background and you can be looking over the camp. Or you can be very aggressive and walk with them right into camp.
I'd like to have maybe beaten up some cultists and taken their robes, so we're all standing over the camp in cultist robes.
Absolutely.
So we're looking for a reason to pick a fight, but stay in character. Or can we retcon that we took robes from the people we killed?
Yeah, I'd be willing to say that.
Okay. So, fortunately, I don't cause bleeding much.
Yeah, just broken bones and necks.
Right.
Larynx.
So, and most of the robes are probably not singed.
Hey, I didn't hit that often.
And I've noticed that, that Khan usually goes for headshots. So when he hits, it's through the eyes.
It's very clean. It's very clean.
Very clean. So
well,
another day like today, I'm going to have to name my crossbow.
In the little bit of blood that is, some blood did get on it, but there was just a battle. And, and you guys are badass cultists. You took it to the enemy. You didn't sit back in a bar. You got in there. You messed it up.
Let's go as cultists. Let's do this shit.
Yeah. So we slip away. Let our new friends continue on, and then go off into the woods and change into cultist robes.
Okay.
So you speak Draconic, so you're gonna be the one taking lead on this.
If we encounter kobolds, sure. We're going up on the cliffs overlooking the camp. Is that right?
I was thinking we could just go straight in.
Ooh. Okay.
I am Groot. I mean, I know Kung Fu.
We'll be cautious, but I'm in favor of just going. Imagine we're talking about this like as we're changing, like strategizing going forward. I think we should just go in and like we'll just keep real quiet, we'll keep in the background, and if we
Luckily,
see something that looks like an
I ju-
opportunity,
I just realized I also have holy symbols to pass around. I'm gonna say Limpet also has a holy symbol now.
Oof.
This is one color that I will allow.
Hey, if it's a disguise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you walk into camp from up here, damn it, am I on the map? No, I'm on objects and token. I never.
In public, I'm referring to the dog as the abbot.
Okay, so you walk in up in this area. There's some human guards up in this guard tower, and they're like whooping it up and shouting as everybody comes in, and just like, oh, wish we could have gone. We seen the wagons, treasure. You guys run one for us. The kobolds break off, and they inhabit these tents down here. These 3 groups of tents. And then you guys keep walking, and the mercenaries break off, and the group of tents to the south, these 2 groups of tents to the south is where the mercenaries head. These 2 tents right here, the 2 lone tents, you see chained slaves going in and out of those tents.
Slaves from the town, or slaves that they already had?
It looks like there's slaves that have been here a while, but there are 3 new slaves. They look like they're getting the collar. In fact, as you walk in, they're getting collars attached to them.
do any of them look like the monk?
None of them look like the monk. This area up here, these areas, the cultists claim, and you see the snotty looking women, well, the guards of the leader woman is around this tent here. And as you are just kind of hanging out looking, you do see right here, there's it's like an X made out of wood, and about 5 foot tall, and the monk, you see the monk is tied to that cross.
Okay.
And
No.
this thing on the far east, is that a cave?
Yes. And around that cave is guards, and nobody approaches it.
Okay. So I want to. So first off, you guys noticed that Like, I become very tense when we see the slaves. Like, I'm
As
not
does
happy
Bumble.
about them. That's not cool with me. But in the sake of
I mutter in Elvish.
Surviving.
Is that your man up there on the cross?
I think so. And speaking quietly, again in Elvish, like quiet enough that we're not going to be that nobody's going to be able to tell what language you're speaking,
Yeah.
but also in Elvish.
It's double disguise. Yeah.
Right. It's quiet. So they'd be like, oh, I can't quite hear him. Then when they can't understand, it's because
Yeah.
They
We're
seem
not
to think they
keeping
can't
we're
hear
not
us.
keeping Bumble in the dark on
Right.
purpose.
this is. I say, yeah, I think it is. And
I try to communicate this with my eyes to Bumble.
roll for deception.
Performance.
Performance. Anyway.
You see the story unfolding in his eyes.
Why is he coming on to me?
He squeezes your butt.
I hope not.
Anyway, so we head down towards this. I want to head down towards the cross. I want to see if I think that we can rescue him from the cross and get him into some robes of his own so that we can get him out. Is the cross's location somewhere such that we might be able to do that?
All right, I'm going to say the cross is right here.
That's gonna be hard. Okay.
Now, the general state of the camp right now is chaos. There's a lot of people drinking. The cultists are like walking around with puffed up chests, like, oh yeah, we're bad. We whooped them. How dare they thought they could stand up to us? It's a celebration.
Okay.
Couples are sneaking off to find a dark spot someplace. Most of them, anyway. There's a couple that just
I've got an idea.
wherever.
Sneak.
It involves peeing on the Kobold Chieftain.
God.
Tell me
Sure.
more.
So we stumble into Koboldville over there, and we act all drunk, rowdy, and then we're like, oh, we're better than kobolds. You work for us.
That's one option.
I'm the only one who could say that, so like I would be the magnet for all of their ire.
Let's just roll with it, man.
But I do like the idea of a distraction. I speak up that I have a magical ability, Mage Hand. I might be able to untie the guy's ropes from 30 feet away as long as there's a distraction.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I think we need to find a cultist and lure him off,
Murder him. Make it look like Kobold did it.
knock him out, tie him up, take his robes, or her, doesn't really matter. And then we'll see if we can get him onto the monk. And I love your idea with the mage hand.
I'm gonna pee on a Kobold.
Okay,
Always
Yeah.
starting some shit.
done. You can either pee on a kobold or a Hadouken something. Make a distraction. Don't get killed. It's a 2-part thing. Okay. So
So we do need some way to single out a single cultist and beat him up or kill him without making much noise. We've established that my force blast is silent, apparently.
anyone else is silent?
A punch
2 punches.
and a
Suddenly
quarterstaff.
smells like
And a
fish in
quarterstaff.
a second.
While we're discussing this, he's peeing on a kobold.
He's like, hurry, guys. I did my part.
I do want to find the most important looking kobold. And urinate on them.
Okay.
While he's doing that, do I see a cultist that we can, like, take advantage of?
Well, what traits exactly are you looking for to take advantage of?
I just want a cultist that looks about the same size as the monk.
Okay.
And hopefully...
Preferably young and naive.
Right.
Okay. Give me a spot check. Or a perception check, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Yes!
As Bumble is looking about for the important cobalt to pee on, you can't find that important cobalt, but you do see a younger cultist who is about the same size as the monk.
I guess I can do one thing at a time.
Okay. Can we separate that cultist from the rest of the group?
I just walk right up to him and say, hey, man, do you speak Draconic? I give him a few nouns and verbs in Draconic to make it sound like I'm pretty halting speech myself. One of the scaly bastards is off in the bushes there, and he's got a bottle of wine that should have been mine, man. Should have been mine. I'm trying to talk him out of it. Can you help me out here?
All right. We open up a cultist.
And I was pointing at these bushes up here, because those are the only bushes I see that are in the occultist part of town.
Oh, he is just like a dirty, stinking kobold took the wine that is properly yours. Okay, first we will go deal with this little bastard. Yes, I know they're related to dragons, but they need to know their place. The cult has the dragon's hearts. We are their servants. The kobolds serve us. And then me and you will sit down and we are going to work on your Draconic, on your language skills until you can say the prayers correctly. That it's...
I know. It's a shame. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed to even speak of it. I'm sorry.
But he goes, which way? Point me to it. And you said up here.
Yeah. Well, really, I'm just looking for the nearest thicket of bushes, thick enough that we could take this guy out without being seen. Okay.
So now I assume that your comrades are set up for ambush.
Well, I'm 100% set up.
Okay.
I'm pretending to be a kobold.
Before long, this cultist, young, he's obviously from noble blood. He has the look of indignation down perfectly. You know, everybody has their place, and obviously this kobold has overreached, and he needs a good tongue lashing. So,
Just a lashing, period. Really.
go ahead, everybody, surprise round. Give me rolls to hit and damage, and we'll see if we even need to map this out, which I am. No. It's
Apparently, I headshot him again.
hey, that's not a boom boom thump. Dead.
What? So I was going to shoot for non-lethal personally.
We did not discuss this.
Okay, well, even had you gotten non-lethal,
But
3.
I
I
guess
think,
Ben still put him in.
yeah, it's even if you guys were doing non-lethal, it would have been, well, 2 light crossbows. That's pretty hard to do non-lethal with a crossbow.
If you want to retcon it, you can say you slapped my crossbow out of my hands or something.
No,
Well, I'm gonna say with that amount of damage, even if each of you did non-lethal, that non-lethal damage adds up enough that, you know, sometimes people who just get beat up really bad, they still die.
Anyway, so
Well,
he's got a
I
crossbow through his eye,
yeah.
and we've got another set of cultist robes.
Okay,
That is
Chief.
correct.
And some money.
Next, we need someone to make a
Wait,
distraction.
I've got an idea now. I use my seeming since we rested to make myself look like a kobold. I can just drag this guy out
Okay.
into somewhere where I'll be seen.
That seems like it's going to get you in trouble.
I'll be fine.
If we need a distraction, that is a good distraction. Although I don't know how well you can tank an entire army. But hey, it's Bumble's choice.
Okay, Bumble. You do you. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we left the dog
Okay.
tied up not tied up, but like
Told it to wait outside camp.
waiting somewhere well hidden.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the dead human at the nearest group of cultists while screaming "Death to the interlopers," and then running away.
Okay. Does that cause a distraction?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Ben, and what were you gonna do with your mage hand?
Well, I was going to try to untie the ropes from 30 feet away, but at this point we need to get up to the guy and give him the ropes anyway. So I think you and I just both run up to him. You watch my back. You watch my back while I take him down.
Sounds perfect.
Wait, no, I watch your back. He's your friend.
And my plan is to
I'm gonna
get
run up
to
there.
the kobold area and then switch back to being a furball, so that I can put on my cultist robes. Be like, he went that way.
Okay.
So I stealthed up do my best to take that guy down. And I do it.
All right. So let me tell a story. A story
Of hubris.
of a mighty kobold who, in the ages hence, will be known as the mightiest kobold hero, who looked the false prophets, those who say they serve the dragon. Obviously not. I mean, look at us. We are kobolds. We are dragon. We have dragon blood. These cultists and their, oh, we're all high and mighty. Listen to us, kobolds. Well, piss on them. This kobold stood up, threw a cultist at the army, stared the army in the face, and said, kobolds are superior. And then, using the superior kobold mind, he ran away. If this kobold survives today, no one knows, but really, honestly, children, little kobolds, little hatchling, don't you think there's a little bit of that mighty kobold in each of us? And the cultists, just shocked at the affront, goes chasing, and we are going to say the plan works so well. The army goes storming in. The kobolds are like, oh, what? You're chasing a kobold? There's no kobold that would kill it. Oh, you're gonna... Immediately a skerfuffle ensues. With them saves, you guys cut down the half-elf. Sneak out of camp and make your way back to town. And while it may be a little early, I think that is a perfect backdrop to end the first session. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that works.
I had a lot
That
of fun.
works. Thank you.
And you each earned level 2.
Ba, 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 ba.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And I will update Limpet over the week. So he too will be level 2.
Perfect.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I will say,
Very much
you guys will notice. So I have MS, and that it at times it really affects how well I can get my thoughts out of my brain, from my brain and out my mouth. So, I mean, tonight was pretty good. I was able to think and speak in relative. There will be times when it will be a struggle. So
That's not a problem. Actually, I thought some of the characters, it was in character for them to be overwhelmed by what was going on around them. I didn't notice at all. I thought you were playing a character. It worked out really well.
I'm really happy with how this went for the first gaming session. I think you guys came together. I have a lot of experience DMing, but most of my experience is with my home group from a small town in Minnesota, and it was very much a tactical game for this group of players, and I'm trying to work on my storytelling. So there's times when it's what I'm working on. So, but I think this was not only, even though this first part of this module has a lot of combat, I think there was a lot of good story in the combat and with what I have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. That was fun.
Okay.
It's a nice balance of